Hi folks, welcome to the stream. How is everybody? So tonight was going to be a class on the US signalling, and I'm probably going to need to ask you all to let everybody know that Tom's up late and goes, "What's going on? Sort this nonsense," because there won't be a class tonight. I ran out of time, bluntly. I've had a busy old week, and rather than try and rush something together in the hour or two leading up to the stream, I decided, spoke to Nat, and we agreed we'd just delay it. Let me give me the time to do the slides properly, and get it thought about. I might even be able to get Brandon to join me on the stream, so that'd be even better if we can do that. So, and we can do it that way. So I don't know when we're going to reschedule it to, but we're going to reschedule that one. Next week's remains as the German HL signals, so we'll be doing that next week. I'll try and find time to get that done. But yeah, so for those of you that were looking forward to the teaching stream, I do apologise. It's not being deleted; it's just being delayed again. Excuse me. So rather than not have a stream, I thought, why don't we just sit back and play the game, have fun, chat, the usual. So I am going to do my usual 3 routes that I normally do when I do a sit back and chill. Just finding my notepad file with all of the stuff I'm going to do, but it's hidden in plain sight. There it is. So we are going to start on here. I'm going to go bring that back to July. Get the wind strength up. Some cloud on. 45, and we want RE11 at about 8 o'clock. That one. One thing I've noticed, with now we've got the durations on the right hand side there, you can tell if there's something a bit more fun going on with them. Yeah, because they last a bit longer. So some of these are 26 minutes, some 27 minutes, and this one's 29 minutes, and that's why I picked this one. Because 29 minutes, we're going to find red lights. That's what longer times means. And you know what red lights means? Red lights means fun. I am on the Series X. Yeah, this is my Series X. Okay, drive this RE11 Regional Express service from Duisburg, eastbound to Bochum. Right, let us put the key in. I've lost my joystick foo. Put it in for neutral forward. Let's get the doors open. Stand up. All your DLCs are operational again on PS4. Fantastic. Another team have been working really, really hard to make that happen, so that's good to see. That's PZB and CIFA on. Oh, actually, we need instrument lights on. Don't need sander on. More about the horn in a minute. Some lights on. Don't want a cab light on. Passenger lights on. Right, I think we're about there. 45 is great, isn't it? Only me. I would love to get it in a layer on main Spessartbahn. The other main route that it would feel totally at home in. For those of you that didn't catch the yesterday's stream, I can do English, good me. For those of you that didn't catch the stream yesterday, news on my laptop. So my laptop is not well. It's basically permanently thermal throttling, which is one of the reasons I'm not using it tonight. And that has implications for good frame rates. So getting a new machine. Are we in for a long run tonight? I don't know. We'll find out how we go. I'm doing Hauptstrecke Rheinrohr, followed by Southeastern High Speed and a bit of Sand Patch Grade. And we'll see how we go, really. don't want to get in trouble with Nat. She said, don't have another 4-hour stream. But I wanna. Right, restricted monitoring. Bring up to 40 kilometers an hour. Actually, that's a 5 hours isn't 4. Ooh, she didn't say don't go, more than 4. She just said don't have a 4-hour stream. That's genius. Right, that's released from monitoring. That signal was 60 from that point, so we will just accelerate 260. That's because of the junctions just up ahead. No, I'm getting a desktop this time. I'm still keeping the laptop because it still works for sort of laptop-y things. Moggy, you can have a 150% bonus, yeah? Nat's not here, she'll never find out. Yeah, she's smarter than that, though. You should find out. Gotta get told off. Right, cleared all the junctions. Next station is Mullenroy. Let's get sped up. 3 hours and 59 minutes, 59 seconds. Yeah, there you go. Am I playing the game sometime? Yeah, we should do that one evening. That's what I'm doing now. Are you planning on bringing the BR-101 to München Augsburg? I mean, at some point, maybe. We haven't got a specific plan for it at the moment. It's like I'd like to bring this one to Main Spessart Barn. Should have to whisper in Adam's ear. Let's get back up to speed limits. Don't want to be late than usual. Oh, we're going to get signal held here. Oh, no, we're not. No, we're not. Stop panicking. Stop panicking. Is it so much effort to add a layer to a route? It's not a trivial job. Mostly because every time you do any change to a timetable, you're then in for 90 minutes resimulating. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. If I plug it into this. Right. How's that? Should we go with that? Well, hang on, this one. There we go. Can't remember what speed limit is, so I'm guessing at the moment. It has to be said. Actually, let's look at the. We've got a thing that tells us the speed limit. It's 150. Right, let's do the 150. So I plugged a keyboard into my Xbox and I did Control 4, Control 4, Control 5, Control 6. Oh, that was an alarm down to 11. We need to get down to it before the GPU magnet kicks us out. That's down to 110. Sure, Shed. Where it came to a halt yesterday. Yeah, it turns out that the super smart thing that the guys did with the acknowledge button added the ability to release from monitoring, even if you didn't want to. So, yeah, that's been fixed. Oh yeah, there's no YouTube chat. Sorry folks, if you're on YouTube and I'm not seeing your chat, it's because I'm watching Twitch's chat, and apparently Restream isn't putting the YouTube chat on there. I do apologise. Not intentionally ignoring you, but I can't look at two streams at once. If you play completely without the HUD, the pointer is also gone. You mean the one in the middle of the screen? So, oh yeah, what you're doing then is that, isn't it? Which gets rid of everything. But let me actually just bulk that pointer up a little bit. Because I must admit, I quite like the large donut now. It's just generally a fact for life, to be honest. Good. Is it set to auto disappear, or do we need to fix that as well? We need to fix that as well. That's under controls. And then it'll disappear. Boom. I wonder if Restream will give me the... Loads of you on YouTube, according to this. 300 of you on YouTube. Let's see if I can get Restream's chat. Will that give me everything? Or am I expecting too much? YouTubers, say something. Twitchers. I've got Twitch messages coming up on Restream. Lock the doors. Yes, I've got YouTube chat now. It's alright, I've got a YouTube chat. Don't worry, folks. I can see you over here on this other screen. So, right, let's go. Speed limit is 110, if memory serves. Why is there no C4 on that? I don't know. It presumably got missed when it was upgraded at some point, so be on the list to get looked at some point. Right, 130 kilometers an hour speed limit now. No kind of monitoring. Give it the beans. Essen at 9.1 kilometers. What train would you choose for the best looking in the game and the best in handling? See, best looking is really subjective. See, I really like an F7, but I also like a Class 395 and a Gronk. And you've asked me what my favourite is again, haven't you? All the trains. The instrument lights flickering and the textures getting blurry is something the team are looking into. I'm not sure what PCB bridging does, if I'm honest, Wilkinson. I don't think it's implemented. Right, speed limit is 160, and in 6 kilometers it's dropping down, so we don't have to worry about it. Right, let's get up to 140 then. The best looking train is the 377. You've been speaking to Joe. The instrument lights flickering. It's something to do with the headlights. Because if I turn off the headlights, then the flickering will stop. Now, quite what that means, I have no idea. And the team spent a while looking at it, and everyone just ended up scratching their heads. But because the headlights are placed sufficiently far forward that they can't be slipping back into the cab occasionally. So yeah, it is on the list to look at. It's how it's always been, unfortunately. Back up to 140. Chief Longshin, I've seen some things about that on the green line on the pause screen going a bit weird sometimes. So, yeah, again, that's something I have to get the engineers to look into. Put it on Jackie's list. Any plans for VR? No plans for VR at this time. We did a poll. In fact, the last 2 surveys, VR has been on the survey, and it's always coming out bottom of the list of what you all want to see. You are basically all letting me down, but, you know, that's fine. That's fine. I won't be bitter. Top of my list as well, Ghostface. Top of my list. Shunting and TSW, where objectives put 2 points away from the actual point you need to switch. In reality, you stop past the point. I'm not quite sure what you mean, Kevin Sim. Right. Is there a PCB mode sector anywhere on the Talent 2 to get it out of mode U? Oh, that's a very good point. I don't know if there is. Right, coming into Essen. Into the speed into the station here, but that's okay. We're stopping, so. Oh, sometimes they are. Depends on the route, Kevin Sim, because if it's an older route, we didn't actually, when we were authoring the content, we couldn't actually see where the train was going to be, so we just aimed for it to be definitely out the way. But if it's newer content, if you just let me know where they are, this is probably the wrong place to do it. Do it, dear me on the forums. Then I'll go and take a look at it and see, you know, what was in that particular situation. These days we try and get them pretty much bang on, so that you're not driving 300 miles away up the track. However, if it's signals, you have to go to the signal to come back. Because it all has to work via the signals. You can't just change points in the middle. What train do I think has the best handling? There's lots of good trains with great handling. I've been really enjoying the BR363 on Dresden, and I did again on Roseeg when it was on that one. Yeah, get signed into the forum. It's a great place to be. There's tons of good, great people on there, and you know, you can you'll find other people who might have a different way of looking at it, or you can get help from them. I try and be around as much as I can. The 465 is very good. Yeah, the 465 is very good. So's the 20. The 40 is one of the ones that sort of really makes me feel like I'm in the cab of a train. So does the 465, of course, but the 40 is superb. Love the game, hate the menus. You'll grow to love them. Or you won't. What button on X button do you want to use for low horn? Operation Shift, which is X, and then click left stick. Which, of course. It's the same horn on this. You can see down, up, down, up. That's it. Is there an acknowledge button in the cab for cab signal? It's supposed to be on the B button or the circle key, is it? Yeah, circle key. Doesn't seem to be working. We'll get that. We are getting that fixed. It may already be fixed in our builds, so yeah, I'm not quite sure what went wrong there, but it's supposed to be the normal safety system acknowledge. Speed limit's what? 110? Oh, it's wrong button again. Yeah, 110. Going up to 130 shortly. Well, sometimes trains only have one horn. They don't all have a dual horn. There's the 130. Give that a beat. Accelerate. Up to 130. Is it normal that the Dovetail Live is slow? It is slow, and it's because it's trying to be a web application. Like Discord is an application, rather than being a good old-fashioned website. I don't know the reason behind that, but yeah, I find it sometimes quite slow to call up pages. I think it allows them to do more than if it was a normal site, but it seems to do it at the expense of what a normal site can do, which is, I don't know. Or I'm not disagreeing with you, PJ and Grocer, but I'm not involved in the web development side of things, so I couldn't tell you why it runs the way it does. All I can do is agree with you that it seems like it could run faster. London-Brighton route is not available yet, I marched. No, there's no release date on that one just yet. Dresden is the next one out, and that's out next Thursday. This Thursday? What is it? This Thursday? How do you say that? The next Thursday coming. What platform are you on, Duckington? You can't stop playing the game, Samson. What you do is you pause, you press and hold the left thing, and then you can exit. But that's probably not what you meant. You're on Xbox, Duckington. Just normal Xbox. Okay, I'll pass that feedback on. It runs beautiful on the Series X, but clearly it's a menu that's requiring too much horsepower. Then in that case. ICE sounds or ASMR. It is rather fun, that one, isn't it? 1.6 kilometers. I've just started playing the game like this without any of the peripheral HUD on. It's quite fun. Kind of got to pay a bit more attention. I'm not sure I'm doing that on a stream, given that I pay less attention than normal on a stream. Scarface Gaming, yes, many people have been saying that, and yeah, I need to get on to Adam's team to get that corrected. All German train sounds are ASMR, except the horn, yeah? Any news on the FPS limit? Stop the fans going wild in the menu? Not yet. It's on the engineering to-do list. How do you take off the speed HUD? So the normal HUD looks like. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Oh. Guess what? Will I open the doors? No, let's open the doors. Ban myself from coffee. Oh, dear. Thought I was keeping it away. Where did everything go? There's the controller. Right. Unlock the doors. What did I spill? My coffee that I'd actually forgotten I had. Just over my desk this time though, so nothing too much. No, I've opened the wrong doors, haven't I? Let's open the right doors. Yes! As a dual set, I know. Oh dear, it's a bit of the thing is it's all quite cramped in here. Hang on, I've just accidentally started the game on my PC. Go away. No one asked you. Right. Is it time to start go yet? It's not time to go yet. Let's look outside. What's the speed limit here anyway? 150. I've got Baby Cup in the other room. I found it the other day, so yeah, it'll be a desktop PC this time, B9 bot. Where are we going? Bockham. I can't remember what the destinations are for this. Let's just pick a random. Someone tell me what to set the FIS to. Well, no, it's REM. Is it Ham West, Phelan? Alright, let's set it to that, shall we? RE11 Ham. Let's go with that. Right, off we go to Bockham. Speed limit 150. We'll be doing 140. Custom deliveries are pixelated. We're aware of that. Aaron team are looking into it. So yeah, I've got various bits. The default stuff on this. So Control 5 toggles this bit. Control 6 toggles the score at the top. It will still collect the score and you'll still get it in the debrief, but it just gets it off the screen. And Control 4 cycles the things in the top right corner. So from the default position of when the game boots up, it's 4, 4, 5, 6. Control 4, Control 4, Control 5. Control 6, and that gets rid of everything off the corners of the screen, so you're just left with just the information on the top left, just the bare minimum you need to play the game really, because it tells you when you can go and where you need to stop. Sorry, Gareth, what was the question? DSD and vigilance. DSD, driver safety device, is the thing that basically says if you, as soon as you step up, as soon as you stand up, it goes bang and the alarms go off and it breaks the train. Vigilance device is the one that goes every 30 seconds. So you won't really see the DSD doing much. But some people call the DSD, they get the DSD and DVD mixed up and they think DSD is the thing that goes off every 30 seconds. A lot of people do that. I've been guilty of that. The DVD is the one that goes off every 30 seconds. DSD is just the foot pedal that you hold down. It's like the old dead man's handle, essentially. I've just lost the chat. Let me pull into this station and then I will correct why the chat has gone away. .8 kilometres. Once again, I can't see what's going on in the chat, so everyone behave yourselves. Possibly slowed down a little bit excessively. Speed back up again a bit. We're almost into Bockham. Right, pulling into Bockham now. That'll be the end of this journey, and then I will get the chat working. The window vanished. Right. One sec, I'm just getting logged into the chat. We done? I'll be back. I can see the chat again! Yay! Right, okay. Oh, I got an achievement! Yes! It's already feeling like a good night. How did I do on the... Hey, you know what? For driving blind, I don't think I did bad there. Right, okay, so... Of course, I don't have my notes now. Southeastern High Speed. I was going to do next. That one. Timetable. Go back to there. Wind. Bit of cloud. Bit of javelin. I think it was, yeah, 1F14. That's what I was going to do. Okay. Let's key in and put the reverser on. Self-test good. Let's reset the power. And we'll get the safety systems on. DSD. AWS. Acknowledge that. Open the doors. Right, what else do we need to do here? I think that's it. Yeah, that'll do. No, it isn't. There's one more over here. Forgot about that. KVB. TM. About. KVB is it's really not used very much on this route. This area here in St Pancras is signal with KVB. It's like, you know, a Pisa B thing. It's this thing. This unit here is the KVB unit. I'm not even sure this train has KVB implemented. I can't remember. It might do. But the LGV uses it. Yeah, I've already done the pan up, shoes down. It's cleared the main circuit breaker. We're all good, Derek. We're all good. No, TVM is the high speed thing. Bing boing. Boing boing. Sorry. Lock the doors. TVM is this thing here. The egg box. Hey, Archie Morrison. I'm very good, thank you. Speed limit in this area is 40 miles an hour. That's what I'm missing. Running lights. It's better. No, I think you might be right on the needles, Rob. The Eurostar platforms aren't accessible, no, and Ebbsfleet International isn't accessible either. Can you tell me who Jake is on the roadmap stream? He is another engineer on the preserve crew. No use signals today, Red Leader. I'm doing that another time. I ran out of time. I just haven't had any time to prep the material. So rather than rushing it and making a mess of it more than normal, I thought I would hold it off. Right, 80 kilometres an hour speed limit. 200. Another one whizzing past on the other line. Hey Lance, how's it going? I'm very good, thank you. It's in KPH and we're in England. But yeah, because we're technically on French tracks. TVM works in KPH, so this train switches dynamically. So when it comes out of TVM back into traditional UK signalling, it'll automatically flip the speedometer back into miles per hour. Right, 225, and it's about to drop me down to 200. And the way it works is, as you're driving, when you get a drop, which I'll get at the next flag any second now, you've then got until the following flag to get down to that speed. So 200, we're still good. No, this is Channel Tunnel Rail Link Tunnel 1 Extreme, coming into Stratford. 160. I have to change to metric, I believe, as part of the European Rail Traffic Management System. And drop to 80 to come out here. How far apart are the flags? It's a fair distance, so you've got more than enough time to brake. I can't remember what the exact distance is. But you've got plenty of time to brake. Numbers that are flashing are you are decelerating, essentially. And when it goes steady, then that's your speed limit to maintain. Peter Green says usually about 2 kilometres apart on the full speed section. There you go. I believe everything on the PS4 is fixed now, Gaming Tezza. If you have any problems, get in touch with the support team. That's us. Lock doors. Progress on Brighton Main Line. It's doing very well, Lance. It's doing very well. Can't say anything else. Electrostar only runs on the classic lines. It hasn't got TVM capability, Gareth. So it turns off and goes elsewhere at before Ebbsfleet. It goes into the other Ebbsfleet lower. It's not Ebbsfleet lower. There's a platform around the side of Ebbsfleet that it goes to. If they don't turn off entirely on the way to, I want to say Charing Cross. Sort of Gravesend really is the last you see of them down there. Right, 100 kilometres an hour. 225. Let's supply the beans. Bungle's in the cab, Moggy. Did you get the cars sorted on the German route? You mean on the wrong roads? Yeah, that should be fixed. Neo, I've been on the Eurostar as well at 300 kilometres an hour, and it's awesome. But you barely feel it moving. Really, the track is lovely and smooth. I mean, it's very different to being in the cab. The cab of this thing wobbles all over the place, but the passenger compartments are lovely and smooth. Yes, the blurring's actually happening on here as well, I've noticed. Yeah, that is being investigated. I think it's related to the problem which causes the blurring in other times. Streams for the rush hour routes after the updates come out. Oh yeah, I'm sure we all do. Totally. No, the blurring seems to be unique to the Series X, Series S, I believe. Gamertism. Don't know why. I don't know what Adam's plans are for releasing the update he's working on, but they're not finished doing the update yet, to be honest, so it'll be a little while yet. Not going to lie, Chief Longshin, a couple of times I went out, last time I went out to Gamescom, and while we were waiting for a BR423, there was a BR146 hanging around that then left, and I was just like, it's like they've modelled it from the game. It looks so realistic. Because obviously it was the first one I'd seen that wasn't in the game. It's amazing how your brain twists things the other way round. TGV is the fastest route because you can do 320 kilometres an hour, definitely, yes. $10 miles to go to Ebbsfleet, flying out of Tunnel 2. Going to be going past Dagenham. Name goes here. Yeah, I'm in the Javelin on TSW. Still on full power. Think you're a bit late, possibly. Tier Burnus, no, Series X. Xbox Series X. Little break, get back under the limit. Too far now, 6 miles to Ebbsfleet, go through Tunnel 3, which is the one under the Thames. No, the game doesn't let you skip stations at the moment, Montez. It's something that we want to look at. Good evening, Hentis. How are you doing? Well, Xbox has always used DX12, Paul Wilkinson, but I assume that there's something about DX12 in the new version of Unreal is kind of the magic combination that's not necessarily happy. It's the Dartford Bridge, QE2 bridge behind us. 225 is flashing. TLR Extreme down to 200, we're already below 200. That's not sad at all, Gareth, that's completely understandable. What do you mean by high-pitched lights? Dallas man. 160, which just about down to. Drop the speed down to the 130. I believe it drops to 80 up here. So let's just cool off a bit. Well, Adam's off is why Jake is one of the reasons Jake is attending on the roadmap stream. Thought it'd be nice to introduce you to more of the team. No, the settings only affect the HUD. You can't change what this does, unfortunately. AWS just woke up. TVM's gone off. We're now classic lines. Oh, it has a high-pitched sound. Oh, okay. Right, need to change the power mode now. So we'll switch to DC. reset it. We're good to go. It might be intentional, but everyone hates it. It's driving them crazy. Need to add a setting for enable hateful sounds. Well, if I was on AC, then I'd run up to the point that the power runs out, and then I would suddenly have no line volts, and the train would just coast until it ran out of momentum. Right, we're off to Gravesend, a couple of miles. Oh, the AC button doesn't work. Sorry, I misunderstood you. No, the AC button is plated over. It's not. It's you can't press it even in the real one anymore. TVM arm up down. So if you, let's say for whatever reason your train restarts and you're stopped, you have a malfunction and you have to restart the train, the onboard computer. TVM at that point will not know where it is. Yeah, so what would then really happen is either you'd remember what's going on, or you'd call dispatcher and they would tell you. And then arm up down allows you to just choose what setting to start TVM on. .2 miles. How do you have all this knowledge? It's a train obsession, it tells you. No, there are a number of issues with the save load functionality, Dr. Bart. Route level change doesn't change for different routes. It will show level 3 in your case for any route you pick. Oh, really? Why hasn't anyone found that? Horn. .600 yards into Gravesend. .30 limit starts here. Good job we've been doing 30 since the dawn of time then, really, isn't it? Is Gravesend, one of the stations on the route with a platform 0. Right, back in just a second. really hot in here. It's like really hot. It's only 27, but feels like about 1 billion. Do I risk having water on my desk? I have not been on Belgium or Dutch trains, no. Okay, shut the doors. Oh, I lived in Australia for a couple of months, train simulator driver. I lived in Sydney. I know it's hot out there. It was glorious. I love hot. Right, coming on for Strood. My first double-deck train was in Germany, actually. I think it was a BR143 hauling Dostos, and this double-decker train came in. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I mean, it was a long time ago. There's rain on the way, Laserjet. Ah, well. OTMR is a recording system. It records everything going on in case there are problems or for checking, that sort of thing. What is the limit here anyway? About 75 by the looks of it. Hi DD Warrior, I'm good, how are you? You got to shoot 2 more hours then you finish work, wow. On the Moggy radar, oh, there you go. I'm not so bothered about having real life live weather, because if you were to play Clinchfield in 1980, what should the weather be? If you pick the 5th of July 1980 and then you say you want live weather, are you expecting the 5th of July 1980's weather? Some people might. What you want really is changeable weather, and yes, there is a plan to get that in. Hey Diario, how's it going? 4.2. I have looked at the Pink Hour mod, yes, it's very funny. That is great. What's my favourite movie? I don't really have a favourite movie. When I was young, I used to watch Buck Rogers in the 25th Century over and over and over again. It drove my parents nuts. 465 hype. This is the first of the two tunnels. Snowplow trains with real snowplow clear. Would love to do that. There's a little bit of a performance problem with doing something like that. It's quite tricky. But how come playing with no HUD? I thought it'd be different. I thought it'd be different, is all. I can't see the cab light switch to turn them on. That's the problem, Leland. It's alright, it won't be long in here now. So it's a 70 limit. But we're dropping to a 15 by the end of the tunnel. And then we come into Strood. What's it doing? The game is still running. Why is the capture card stopped capturing it? Let me just pause that a minute. Oh, computers, lol. Oh, you've changed to that device. There we go. HDMI switch automatically switched to a different thing for random reasons. Decelerated a little bit on the strong side. Nah, the coffee didn't get to the HDMI switch. But apparently something else says it switched again. You know what I'm going to do? There you go. Ah, now do it. Unplug all the wires. Your electrons are not that strong. Spectrum with an RF lead. See, that's what we need, Moggy. If everyone could just hang on 15 years while we load the game. Right, 15 limit just as we come out here. Left that a bit late, really. Would a real driver get penalised for that minor MPH run over? Probably not, Richard Flea. It's one of those things. I think that within a certain tolerance, unless it happens all the time, it's fine. You know, within about 10, I think 3 miles an hour or 10%. I think it's 3 miles an hour. But like a lot of things, its data is captured. That's what the OTMR is doing. It's capturing all the telemetry from the train. And it can be looked at, and if they find that you're consistently over, even if it's only consistently over by a small amount, then they'll pull you in for a discussion. And similarly, if you're always overspeeding at a particular point, then they'll get you. They'll pull you in for some training. Sort of like, why do you keep overspeeding at that point? Mouse doesn't work on console, did you worry? How late does train have to be to show us late in the PIS? I can't remember. I think like in the German routes, it's 5 minutes. I think 0 to 5 minutes. I think does nothing. 5 to 10 minutes shows up as 5 minutes, or something like that. I can't remember what the rules are. It's basically a way to begrudgingly acknowledge the train is late and then spin it as if it wasn't too bad. Trods, I'm on Series X. Oh, look at that. Train going over the top. Hype. Still in a 15 limit. When you said about snow, tricky. Because you need to do the particle simulation for the snow, and then the part of physics of it. I mean, it's all doable, but in the face of needing to do the train simulation side of it, consuming a lot of resources, there aren't a lot left for things like that. There are a few routes that have got the dynamic weather in the scenarios now. Montes. What's that? Cheers, Chief Function. Would you ever put your pink ears up for sale? Absolutely not. Yeah, the bad looping audio is terrible, isn't it? You know, I nearly got TSW to be pink. F blocker. I nearly did. The early CSX heavy haul brand new prototypes were all pink, and then someone cottoned on that wasn't just demo art. That was what was intending to go out, and I had to change it. I don't really have a favourite route, DD Warrior, because it depends what I want to do. So I generally just play a really big variety of different things. If you're on DTG, would you force every employee to wear pink headphones? No, I wouldn't force them to do anything. It's like baby work, but it's their choice to be right or wrong, basically. There are a couple of people in the studio that have got pink headphones. I see a couple of times I walk around I was in the office Tuesday, I think, or Wednesday, walking around, and there's a couple of pairs of pink headphones. And one of the ladies looks after localization. She now has a pair of these, in fact, in bright pink. There's a pink Xbox controller. You're right, there is. That one's mapped to my laptop, though. Right, so 30 limit, or did it go up? 30 limit still, yeah. Heading for Chatham. There's a few in the office, not many. Most people are still at home, Crazy Killer. I think most people have indicated they want to stay at home. But there's some that have indicated they want to go back in the office. No, there's enough people that want to go back in the office that it's definitely worth keeping it. And plus, the office is actually it is really good for getting together for meetings, because sometimes the discussions are just more productive when you're in the same place. Longest route you've ever done? I'm not sure. Right, rolling into Chatham. The office is a more productive environment. Yes and no. Depends what you're trying to do. Our office used to be really quite loud. 150 people. Whether they're chatting, discussing, on the phone, it was incredibly distracting. So you ended up putting headphones on to block it all out so that you could focus. It was going the other way, I geeked out. Nice. What's the longest route in the game? I think it's LGV? Yeah, LGV at 105 clicks, yeah. No TV in the office. Ah, you see, loads of TVs in our office. Big wall of them connected to consoles for playtesting games. Massive TV in the conference room. It's the size of the wall. There was two of us in the conference room, and then we had this massive TV on the back wall, and Sam, who was connected remotely over Teams, this giant Sam on the wall. It was quite unnerving, actually. Right, off to Gillingham. Still in 30. Russian Dog, are we going to have proper door release where doors only open when passengers on the, yes, basically where it's on the platform. It is something we want to do. There are some steps in there to improve towards that. The tech that enabled the steps to come down on Boston is built on the stuff that we need for doing SDO. So yeah, getting there. What do you do when a random DTG van shows up at your office? I have to say, I don't think that has ever happened. Speed limit goes up to 60. Well, once the train has passed the 60 anyway. Can I honk the horn? Can do. We'll do it outside in a minute. We'll do it now, actually. Yeah, the stairs aren't working 100% as well as was hoped, Dallas man. But it'll keep being improved. Yellow light is bringing us in because the gates are open. So the gates will go down as soon as we stop, ready for us to depart. No, eye adaptation isn't working properly at the moment, Pian Crocer. How do you use AWW? Not sure what you mean. Do you mean AWS gamer? It's just the B key as normal. Any rules on the road about when to use day or night headlight modes? Well, look up and see when the... Oh yeah, DRO. Oh no, because it's green. The light changed. Look up and see when the night is officially day or night. You know, when is it sunrise and sunset? And sunset, you should use night mode. Sunrise, you should use day mode. Neo, have a look on the Dovetail website. There is a dovetailgames.com. There's a careers section that lists all the vacancies. Where did these get stored at night? Ramsgate, I think. Certainly not here. This is more 375s, 465s. Even saw a 707 in here the other day. This is the main signalling centre. We're coming up here on the right. As we cross Gillingham Crossing, grr. Cross here to get to to get to work, and it always holds me up for unacceptably long. But yeah, the 375s, some of the 465s, and like I said, a 707 park up in here normally. We've got 60 at the moment. 2.3 to Raynham. There's the 80 speed limit. Judging the decel point for Raynham is always fun without the HUD, yeah, really. Who chooses screenshots to go on loading screens? That's the community team, I think. Okay, what is my job title? Oh, you're going to make me tell you all. So I got a promotion recently. I'm the executive producer now. Ooh, good javelin as well in Raynham. Thank you very much. 375 sitting over there. Yes, I've seen the thing about the screenshots. Yes, because that's changed and the that interface needs to be updated. I think it'd be wrong on all platforms. Last news was I didn't want the role. Well, initially I didn't, but I thought about it some more, and then I realised that actually everything that I want to see improved, it's the executive producer's job to do it. So, kind of stop moaning about it and get on with it if it bothers you. So, put up or shut up, basically. Moggy, just have another 100% bonus, yeah? All javelins appear plain white. It's because you've created a livery and it's just an empty livery. Go and look in your livery design, and you'll probably find you've got a blank livery in there. Just go and delete it. Yeah, it'd be good if the executive producer could officially make the game pink and make it, VR. So it'd be VR and pink. There you go. Boom. Job done. Where did all the customers go? Javelins are gorgeous, aren't they? I have always liked them. Sittingbourne. Yeah, I think once rush hour is out the way, Richard, then I'll be glad to get back onto a bit of Workshop Wednesday, to be honest. What are we in now? I've not been paying attention. We're at 90 or 80, something along those lines. Hello, Q for Raynham. Well, you see, one of the things, bad guy, is that one of my goals is that I want to be in a place where I can sort of offload some of the tasks I'm doing, create a team structure that means that I do less, and then I can have my life back. And then we can see streams again. You've never been on a javelin, ladies and gentlemen. You've missed out. You need to fix that. You have trains, what do you need life for? Well, yeah, no. I hear you get the less work you do. Well, not strictly true, but the point is I'm doing too much at the moment. So this allows it to be made a bit more sensible. What safety systems are on this train? AWS, TPWS, DVD, TVM 430 and KVB. 3.3 miles. Is that Tenham or something? What? Oh, I've got no green line. Where'd that green line go? DVD, not Blu-ray. Yeah, right, is that? Oh yes, DRA. Not forgetting DRA. The 375 stops at a lot more stations, but then it doesn't go as far as St Pancras. It stops. Your services end at Gravesend, or at Chatham. Is it? Yeah, Chatham. Limit. Sittingbourne and Faversham. It's Rochester, the end. There you go, Rochester. Yes, Rochester, of course, yes. Hello. Hello. Getting the overspeed going on here. Well, if you've got a controller, you've got an up-down camera there as well. It was a controller change rather than a console-only change. Oof. Have I given this enough time? What do we think? Are we stopping? Is that a Sheppey turn off? It certainly is. Yeah, we're fine. Everyone who said, no, we're going to miss the station, is wrong. What's the box with the buttons under it? The one light always stays on or flashes. KLZ. I don't know what you mean. Good night, only me. How'd you get to the rear camera? So if you hold the camera shift and right, you can now, and use the right D-pad, you can cycle through all the cameras now. Is that the UK's fastest train? Currently, yeah, 140 miles an hour. Outside of Eurostar, which would be an international train, that would be the fastest train that runs in the UK would be the Eurostar. The E320s, they run at 320 kilometres an hour. By the DRA button on the left, there it is. Do you mean this one here? E320s get their full 320 in the UK, Gareth, across CTRL. That's the KVB control panel. So it doesn't really do anything in this train, I don't think. But under on the LGV train, the TGV, the KVB panel works. B&O DLC is for Train Simulator, not Train Sim World, so no, that won't be on console. Oh, do you mean this down here? That's the AWS Sunflower, if you mean that. Faversham, 6.8 miles. Speed limit is what, 80? Darts plate. Yeah, sorry, this thing is the AWS Sunflower. Literally, you go over a magnet, you press the thing. That was CIFA. Sorry, DST CIFA. That was the vigilance device. If you go over a magnet, like the one that just did the bell there for us, then and it's set at hot, then it'll trigger an alarm. When you acknowledge it, the flower will come up to remind you that you went over an alarming magnet. My rail driver's buried over behind me on a shelf. I need to get it unwound from my control deck because at the moment there's no room on here for that control deck, so I don't use it, which is a crying shame. Now the sunflowers come on because we're coming past that yellow. You heard the alarm happen. I acknowledged the alarm and then the sunflower came on. Probably means somewhere up here we'll get another yellow light. There it is. So you heard the alarm again in a minute. No, you don't have to pay for the update to Bakerloo Line and so forth, or the core update. That's free. You should already have that. When you say on the TSW2 store, where do you mean, LaserJet? Do you mean inside the game? Speed up a bit more. I don't know the answer to that then, LaserJet. Can I suggest you drop a support ticket in? All DLCs on PlayStation should now be working, Joe Weatherall. If not, raise a ticket on the support team. Hey, Mr. Quicko. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you? No, there's no cruise control on this. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. Certainly not programmed into the game. Alarm! Go back to green again. Well, the TGV would run at a high speed and maintain high speed for a long time. This thing is more of a commuter train. It starts and stops a lot. And cruise control's not really any good for that. Possibly, Rob. Who knows? Night, ladies and gentlemen. Whistle board again. I guess I'm missing your messages. Do you want to say it again? You'll sleep well tonight. Yeah, really. By red signal on approach into Faversham. Hello, press the wrong button. Yeah, they've got a train stopped. It's just now coming in. Yellow. Oh, we'll try and keep you entertained, Train Simulator Driver. Well, I didn't mean to take the screenshot in the first place, so I don't really care if it's been uploaded. Yellow lights. Why has the Javelin got such poor acceleration on third rail? Because on third rail it's using different motors or powering them differently. James did explain this to me when he set it up. It is a significantly less powerful machine, train than when it is on AC. Essentially, from what I gather, it's the same as an 8-car 375. No, same as a 4-car 375, but except it's hauling 6 cars instead. Yeah, station dioramas as trackside things is definitely something we want to explore, yeah. What graphics card? I'm using an Xbox Series X, Dabney. We're barely a minute late. It's all good. No idea yet, Paul. No idea. Motion blur is really tricky because Unreal only supports linear motion blur, so lines, whereas the problem you've got with the wheels is it needs rotation motion blur. So it's trying to apply linear motion blur for something going round, which is why it looks. Ugh. But all you can do is turn motion blur on and off. I mean, there is a setting, but it doesn't save for some reason. If you go to here, motion blur, so you can turn motion blur off, but I think that costs too much in the way it looks. Otherwise, you lose the impression of speed. The stop distance and marker distance bigger. We made them bigger in the latest version, Dallas. Are they still need to be bigger? Oh, I didn't do too bad following the speed limits there, look. For me, it's probably better than I'd normally do, to be honest. Still only got a silver, but... Right, I'm just going to have a quick comfort break, and I'll be back in just a second. Right. Mr. Quicko, should we say that you can't hear? Yeah, do that. That'd be really funny. You can't hear me. You can't hear me. Oh no. Did he mute his mic? Oh no. Fortunately, the message was still on the screen. Oh dear. Right. Explore Dope 2. I'm going to do Sandpatch grade. Timetable. That's July. It's wind. It's cloud. I forgot that we're trying to prank in a live chat. 107 I think I was gonna do. Right, what are we doing? Set the map so that we can go to our wagons. Put it in forward. Pop that in up. Gauge lights on. Cut out valve on. ME2A valve on. Get some headlights going. Brake valve off. Wait for the brakes to come off, and then we should be able to get going. That's it, we're good. No, I'm not going to bother with the alerter, red leader. The 423 or the 422? Probably the 423, Liam. I wouldn't know why, but... Say hello, Didi Warrior. Olipop. I really enjoy Sandpatch Grade, but I like all the routes. I don't really have a favourite. I play all the routes in varying degrees. When started my interest for trains? All my life, as long as I can remember. Yeah, this is 15 miles per hour. I'm speeding. Shocker. What's better, Train Sim 2021 or Train Sim World 2? They kind of got different pros and cons. One, Train Sim 2021 is a much older based engine of a game, but it's got a much larger library and it's got some editing tools and so forth. Whereas this is built on a much newer game engine, has a much more detailed simulation, but doesn't have an editor, and being newer, it doesn't have the content library the other one's got. So, if the trains and routes you want to drive are in this one, probably this one. If you want to do content creation, like route building and so forth, or the routes you want to drive are in that one, then the other one. Or, you know, get both. I'm kind of obliged to say that, really. Gareth, well, TS1 was built on a custom engine by Kuju when they originally built it. I don't know if there was really much in the way of industry standard engines. Certainly nothing you'd dream of using for this purpose. Get the brakes off on all of that. All the air has been passed around. Let's wait for the brake pipe to come up a bit. Reverse. Right, where are we going? It's like the original MSTS engine. It's the one that was built. So Kuju built Microsoft Train Simulator, and they used the Simis engine, which was of their own division, and that was actually originally developed for a game called Team Apache. If you remember such a beast. Well, of course you remember it, Moggy. You're old enough to remember most things in history. Yeah, RSDL was Rail Sim Developments Limited, and I think everyone in RSDL eventually formed RailSimulator.com, which became Dovetail Games. You need to stop your train to change points. Every time you exit the map, something goes horribly wrong. Well, you've got, once you get used to it, you're all right. But it's safest. Don't move the train until you've set your path. Essentially, is the usual. Is a good set to follow by. Or use the map in the... see, if you use the map in the pause menu, in here, points won't change. Because the game's paused. So the points won't do anything in this way. So if you want to use the map, you've got to use it in the live map. See you later, Stratton. They will change once unpaused. Oh, really? So we can see what we're doing. $200 yards. Pull up. So make sure we're in the right place. Right, let's check the map. Missed. Wait. I didn't miss. What are you asking me to do? Oh, I see. I see. Misunderstood that. That's fine. That is a perfectly reasonable request. Right. I misunderstood. I thought they were trying to send me back the same way we came. It's not. It's putting these freight cars in the side. You know, really, just looking at your question from earlier, the Panther. you're not really any better off driving at the other end because we're switching. You're pretty much always going to be in the wrong or the right end, depending on what exact thing you're doing at the time. Switching all every 5 minutes is a pain in the neck, and engineers don't do that in real life. Yes, Kevin Simon. ATC and Access will be in the US signaling stream as well. Set time to start. Typical, really. Wow. Okay, let's start with them. Oh dear. Very tired. I think we'll make this the last one. This looks stupidly fast. I'm only doing 11. Hey Mark Jolly. Next Thursday, the new Dresden route. Yes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that out there. Looking forward to seeing what people think of it. Very pleased with how it ended up. Oh, another mixed bag of terrain. I wonder if that's what we're waiting for. I wonder if that's what we're going to be handling. Mikoshi, well, train won't drive itself, only past Durin. So the train will only drive itself between Durin and Kong. That's the only place LZB is. It's a little gimmick that the guys added, yeah, Tam. It's nothing fancy, but it's a toy, and it's something most of the stations. Well, this needed to move me past that switch, and I only moved just past the switch so that I could get that one to come in. So, yeah, because I parked up about with the nose of the train about there. So that was, it had to go there. There's not much to understand with L's a B and C for though, J4V. P's a B is where the fun is. Show up. Oh, hang on. Yeah, your knuckles still closed. Pulling it all out as is. Okay. Okay, and the brakes are off. Why do you use two locomotives for switching when only one is needed? I think they quite often use two because that way if they want to switch ends they can. It means that if the locomotive dies for any reason it can be hauled by the other one. And sometimes switching is done with quite heavy consists and two will get it moving quicker. No, it won't be a 4-hour stream because we're going to call it at the end of this save. Suddenly overcome with the wounds. So this one is taking me way up here because all of the freight cars have got to clear this junction down here. Slide down up here. So I'm fall asleep. Oh, it's the chat died. Enjoying the sounds of trains. Well, I can't argue with that. let's... Oh dear. Too much yawns. Oh, Restream stopped working. Yes, all the YouTube comments have gone. Sorry, apologies if you're watching YouTube, folks. Restream has died a death. Would it ever be possible for the player to manually attach hoses and whatnot? You mean like Derail Valley does? I mean, possibly, but it's not anything we're looking at on the roadmap. As I thought it was going. So am I in the wrong track? I am in the wrong track. Okay. Guess the question is, what was at the end of the train? Can someone just rewind the stream a bit and tell me what was what I need to uncup? Suddenly thought, hang on, why are there wagons there and this is a go via? This doesn't make sense. Hopefully someone's having a look and can... was it 12? Yes, I think it was 12 cars. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... What am I doing it on there for? That won't help anything at all. This was the moment where Stanley realised he'd done the wrong thing. What he needed to do now was uncouple some wagons. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right. It's definitely this. I missed a switch. You had 13 minutes. Ah! again. Are you taking into account 2 locomotives, Kevin Sim? Alright. I'll trust you, Kevin Sim. I'll trust you. Don't know why, but... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think you're all trolling me now. Never mind. We'll see if it completes the go far, and if it doesn't, then we'll end it there. Not your fault if you're wrong there. Uh-huh. Cop out. YouTube audience filling it. I apologise, YouTube. I can't see the YouTube chat. Yeah, 13 vehicles. Look, there you go. You're right. I should have just looked at that menu. Obviously, I was always in a completely having faith in what Kevin Sim said. There was never any doubt in my mind at any time. Right. I missed that one. How we look? That's better. Yeah, I can't log into Restream from the computer I'm using to do this. Which is rather a pain. YouTube chat. Well, pass on some stuff, bad guys, so I can answer people. Don't keep it to yourself. It's time for bad guy restream bot instead of just bad restream bot. No pink locos and wagons. I know, it's terrible. It's terrible. I think that's right. What's the name of the train? The train is a GP38-2 and the game is Train Sim World 2. Oh, we should have called it Train Sim World -2. Dang it. Once again, apologies YouTubers, Restream bot has died, so I'm not seeing your chat anymore. Hey, Night Wilkinson. Right road. Train all the way down here. Oh, we've got one coming up the other side. Liam, I don't know the answer to that question, so let's answer that one on Brighton Stream. When you're on couple of wagons, they lose their physics. Not immediately, no. They don't lose their physics until they've stopped. So technically you could fly shunt. But there's no working retarders in the yards, which means they would just keep rolling with basic friction to bring them to a stop. So it wouldn't work quite as well as you hope. Pair of SD40-2s. Bad guy, for people who are having trouble with all of the routes should be available, so get them to follow the instructions on the forums, and if they still have problems, to raise a ticket. Way in 2 is such a nice livery, isn't it, Derek? YouTube chat's died now. Oh dear. Because everyone's given up, or because that's failed as well? Right, so a couple of 43 vehicles. Should be here, I'm assuming. There's no date yet for Brighton Main Line. It's nice without all the HUD on the screen, isn't it, Fly 2 Jangle? It takes a bit of practice getting used to driving without the HUD, but I saw that Crazy Killer, that was interesting. What are the coloured lines mean? So, right. So the light blue one is passengers. It's a passenger stop. The yellow one is a siding, and these blue ones here, these purpley blue ones, are called destinations. So sidings are generally where you're going to deposit wagons. Freight cars. Siding destinations are probably areas where you'll be going routing via and things like that. Oh, it'll be single DLCs, most likely, I think, yeah. Derek, this is GP38-2. George Frost. Ran the wrong way, aren't I? I need to go down this road here. paying attention again. Looks like it's the left way through. For me, the night lighting is probably my favourite thing on the new route. I think having the ability to enjoy the game, the route in a different way, later at night or dusk, is good. I've not been able to do that before. Cars driving on the wrong side of the road is just a bonus perk. Well, there was supposed to be another one tonight, Sky, but I haven't had the time to prepare it, so we delayed it, and I'm doing just a general Let's Play instead. Yeah, I think the speed limit, well, where we are at the moment, it's about 20. Speed limit, you see the red line on the top graph, so it's probably not 20, it's probably, looks more like 17 or 18, bizarrely enough, that's the speed limit, that red line, so you can see over between 3 and 4 kilometres away the speed limit goes up to 25. Oh, that's probably 15. Yeah, that'll be 15 miles an hour currently. So you can see the speed limit for, in fact that's not 3 or 4 kilometres, that's 3 or 4 miles, so that's 6 miles ahead visibility of upcoming speed limits. Bit of Indy's brakes on. I think this might be where we stop, actually. Yes, it has, Lunar. I can't see Twitch chat. Sorry, YouTube chat. Oh, I missed it. The other way around. When will we see Run and Brighton line? And there's no release date announced for it yet. Yay! Gold medal. Awesome. On that note, folks. Oh, I don't know if any of you noticed, just before we go. You know how when you go into a journey, you've got these entrance elements here. If you go now and complete GB38-2 introduction via the other menus, it will tick it off in here, which you never used to do before. Scenarios and tutorials will now tick off in either direction, but scenario services you have to play in here. There you go, there's the one I just did there. Oh, it looks like services tick off in here as well. Oh, there you go. That made life easy. I know a number of people have asked for that. Multiplayer is something we'd love to do at some point, Dennis, but there's nothing to talk about on that one. It's a big, complicated project, and we've got a bunch of other stuff people would rather we do first. So, alright, on that note, folks, I am going to head off, because I'm more tired than I was expecting to be, otherwise I'd have done some more. But I was just showing the medal. I see. Okay, I stand corrected. Well, I sit corrected. Alright, folks, thank you very much for watching. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you next week on the streams. Cheers, everyone. Bye-bye.